So I'm going to be making dandelion honey today. It's one of my favourite wildflower recipes. It's also suitable for vegans because it's just dandelion flowers, lemon and water and sugar. So for the recipe you're going to need 125 grams of flower heads, which is roughly 200. I've been gathering mine over the last couple of weeks. I've put them in the freezer, so I've got about double that amount, so I'm going to be using a litre of water. So we just put them in the pan. I leave the heads on. You can take them off. Some recipes say take them off, but it's a bit of a faff, and it's really a really lovely flavour anyway, so I don't bother. So this is a little tiny lemon that I've just picked off my tree, so I'm just going to slice all of it up. I've been saving a couple of lemons in the greenhouse for this recipe. It's only a little one, but it'll be big enough for today. If you want a slightly different taste, you can add lavender or magnolia, little edible flowers, whatever you want really. But this is just a basic recipe. So I'm going to put it on the stove, add the water. It doesn't have to be too precise because we are going to measure it later anyway. I'm going to put a lid on and bring that up to a gentle simmer. When you're out foraging for your dandelion heads, as with any wildflower, try and stick away from roads because you don't want the fumes and that from them, but also dog walking areas because no one likes a bit of dog pee. So just know where it's coming from really. The other thing I did with the dandelions when I first picked them was I just tipped them upside down and just gave them a little shake, make sure there's no little insects inside. I don't rinse them off because obviously you'll get rid of all that lovely pollen. So it's been on a slow simmer for about 5 minutes. I'm going to turn it off now and let it steep for a couple of hours. You can let it go overnight if you want to, but I prefer to make it in one day. And I've done it both ways and the results aren't any different. My dandelion heads have been steeping for about 5 hours, so I'm going to strain them off and start the process. So I've got a bag. You can use a tea towel or a muslin cloth. Put it all into the bag. So you're trying to get every last bit out of it. I think that's about it. So strained as much as I can out of the mixture. Put my glasses on. We still got 1,000 ml left, which is amazing because that's more than what we started, or just over what we started with. So I'm going to put that in. And the recipe says 1 gram for every ml. So that's will be 2 whole packets of sugar. And then we stir that until all the sugar is dissolved. It really is a lovely tasting recipe. Like I say, it is a honey alternative, but I think I prefer this to normal honey, and it's a fraction of the cost. You think that this has only cost me £2.18 for the sugar. Once the sugar's dissolved, we put it on a rapid boil and bring it down to a consistency that we like. It will still be runnier in the pan. We have to put a plate in the freezer and test for consistency, a bit like you do with jam. You always use a much bigger pot than you need because obviously it'll be bubbling up the side, so you want plenty of room. It's starting to come up to the boil. Just remember, this will be absolutely scalding hot because it's hot sugar. It smells lovely already. It doesn't say to skim this foam off the top, but I always do because that's the impurities coming out. Giving it a bit of a scrape around the edge. I can feel you can hear it, I think, sticking a little bit. It's only just as at the top. So it's been bubbling away for about 6 or 7 minutes. I don't think it's ready, but I am going to do a little plate test. I think I will just turn them off and let those bubbles go away. Yeah, he's nowhere near ready. I'm going to put it back on. Because it's a big pot full, I would say it's going to be another 10 minutes, so I'll get back to you in a minute. So he's definitely getting there. I've turned him down a bit. The bubbles are coming up higher and higher, so I turned him down a bit. The first batch of honey that I made a couple of years ago was a little bit runny. So the second batch I cooked for slightly longer, and it was absolutely perfect. So even if you try it the first time and it doesn't come out exactly how you'd want it, give it another go, because it's definitely one of my favourite recipes and one of my biggest money saving recipes. Right, I'm going to get the plate out again. Just turn that down, let the bubbles go down a bit. It's definitely slowing down, but I'm going to give it, I think I'm going to give this another 5 minutes. Turn it back up and give it another 5 minutes. So that's another 5 minutes. So I'm just going to turn that down like I did just a minute ago, let the bubbles disappear a bit. So it's definitely just about there, I would say. I think I can give it 2 more minutes, literally 2 minutes, and we are there. I'm not even going to cold plate the next lot, because that's, yeah, that's pretty good, look. Okay, I'm happy with that. Just going to turn him off. I've got my metal filler, because obviously the liquid's going to be boiling. Going to see how it goes. No, got a little bit more left. I'm going to let them cool before I put the lids on. I don't want any condensation in there. So just gently going to move them back. There we go. 7 pots of liquid gold. Absolutely amazing. The recipe says that they last for, because of the high sugar content, about 6 months. But I've got one here that I made last April and it's still good to go. So yeah, I don't think it really has a timeline. So this is the honey that I made yesterday. It's set overnight, and as you can see, it's just like normal honey, and you would use as you would any other honey. So thank you for everybody who's continued to watch my videos. I really enjoy making them, and that's the main purpose for me. And I hope that you find them helpful and informative. But out of all the recipes that I do, this is my favourite. Till next time, bye.